Uh, y'all, this is Forge Guard, Vengeance Dual Wield Edition. Um, haven't done a dual wield build on Sentinel classes or masteries at all. So, long story short, it's still coming together, and we're going to be leveling up over the course of the vid here. But long story short, our main damage dealer is good old Vengeance here, the very first skill you ever unlock on a Sentinel. We smack things in the face very, very fast. Very fast. The main damage dealer of the build really is just smacking people in the face with Vengeance. We're mainly focusing as a bit of a side gig of armor shred. So, thankfully, Vengeance is also really good at applying that. So, this is like a pure physical damage build. I'm not really doing bleed. We could, theoretically, if something happens to give us bleed, great. But we're mainly focused on just armor shred and getting that hit damage as high as we can get it. Along with critical strikes, of course. Our movement skill is Shield Rush. We have the skill taken so that we don't need to have a shield on it. I don't care about the void damage. Pretty expensive skill, but it also helps proc a passive in the Forge Guard tree. Where is it? Right here, Hammer and Anvil. If I use an ability that costs 20 more mana, minions gain increased attack speed. And speaking of which, we do have one minion with us, Mr. Manifest Armor here. Manifest Armor, fantastic minion, scales with your stats on your gear. And he also, hey, applies armor shred. So, yeah, he's definitely part of the team. We also are using a amulet to help support him, Inheritance of the Erased, which, as this one was very lucky to roll, gave me more critical strike chance. And as it says there on the line, every 10 seconds a random minion is chosen. We only have one minion, so that minion is always our Manifest Armor, which is going to receive Frenzy and 200% of the stats, all of the stats, on this amulet. So, our our Manifest Armor slaps. Something I'm kind of testing out is Javelin. I have never actually used Javelin in any of the builds, even offline, that I've played on a Sentinel. This is my first time actually using it, but I was interested in using Battle Standard, which helps basically increase your damage and your tankiness when you're around the flag that you plant by changing Javelin into this Battle Standard. Healing and whatnot. On top of that, we're actually using Scissor of Atropos, which gives you stack of Kismet, which you gain when you do melee attacks. You do melee attacks, we're doing Vengeance. So, once in a while, we throw a Javelin that is being buffed by the Kismet stacks, just for the little extra damage. And, you know, it's another extra excuse to have a very strong one-handed sword here that also gives +2 to all of my melee attack skills. So, fantastic little synergy there. Finally, and this is a temporary thing, we have Warpath. It is just a temporary thing. We are currently waiting. It does give armor shred, though. We are currently waiting to get enough points in the Paladin tree to get good old trusty Symbols of Hope, because no matter what Sentinel build you do, you just can't get away from Symbols of Hope. You can be a Void Knight, you can be a Forge Guard, you can be a Paladin. Using Symbols of Hope, it's just that good of a skill that is just a little too hard to ignore. So, when we get enough points in the Paladin tree here, possibly this stream, Warpath's going away, Symbol of Hope is coming in. So, yeah, if anybody has any questions about the build, obviously pipe up in the stream here, or give me a comment on the future YouTube VOD. I will be happy to answer. But again, these are all experimental builds. They're not something that I'm just following a guide for. We're winging it based on my hundreds of hours of last Epoch knowledge. So, all right, without further ado, let's get into killing things. And really, this build so far has been, I mean, very fun, very tanky. You know, we haven't gotten to a power just quite yet. We're getting very close. But, you know, it's going to be the true test of how much, to be honest, I like this build. Because if you can take a build to, I mean, just even simply Corruption 100, I mean, that's going to give some deep satisfaction that you did something right, especially with a build that is almost entirely an experiment. Okay, so let's see. Whoops, did not mean to run that direction. Go ahead and just whirlwind this Rift Beast down. As you can see here, like, we're getting about 50 stacks of Armor Shred. It's take. Ooh, we got, wow, two good drops there. Very hard to, you know, as a Sentinel without a shield. Most Sentinels have a shield, or at least are wielding a two-handed weapon. For a dual-wield build, this is still quite tanky. Oh, we have a random Rift Beast that showed up. That's cool. This one is definitely not tanky. Another drop. Phalanx. It's, you know, what's funny is that is a vengeance-related weapon, but we actually don't really need it. I think I have a better one in my stash, anyways. If I ever do two-handed vengeance, I would love to do that. Just goes to show you just how many different ways you can build the same skill in Last Epoch. One of its greatest strengths. Alright. Chronomancer's Shrine for the speed. The best part about this build, too, is because we're built around one of the 4 quote-unquote default attack skills. That is heavily in quotes, by the way. We are almost never out of mana due to the basic Sentinel passive Time and Faith, which, I mean, every time I just use the skill, I get 10 mana back. I mean, mages are jealous at this point. So, if I use something that costs a lot of mana like Shield Rush, which again, also buffing our Manifest Armor, I can get all that mana back within seconds. In fact, I feel like I need to find ways to get our skills to cost more because I'm just not using the mana at all. Mainly not going to go over the gear because, you know, we're not, this character is level 73. We're still lacking a lot of the gear I would like to put on, and that's usually in the early to mid of level 80s. We've been ambushed. And so yeah, as you can see, I don't really even have to think all that much right now in a level 90 area. And this battle standard is incredible, really. Alright. Wow. Ooh, T6 too. That was pretty good. Pretty good roll. Product minion damage, increased minion health. And we got a 3 slot in there, and this is only 2/1/1, so that sword's not great, so we're just gonna leave that on the ground too. Yeah, alright. Another Rune of Redemption. Okay. Get more damage on there. Get more healing per second on the banner. And let's see what we got here. Wow, we got a +2. Melee Void's a little low. Only 5 to Erasing Strike. What was our current? I mean, you know, if we get some decent drops showing up, I'm not gonna treat this like anything special as far as the Last Epoch stream and video is concerned. We got a really good Twisted Heart though. Not the best. I'm pretty sure I can slam something better because it's only T6, but that's still pretty solid. Holdover. Got another Legends of the Entwine's cool. Thank you, Rift Piece. Another ring I need to put on eventually. That's going to definitely be placing this opal ring. Got an Urzel's Pride. I'm kind of hesitant to put the Urzel's Pride on. Because Mantle of the Pale Ox is pretty good, and it gives another 2 points to our Manifest Armor, but not the end of the world. And I do have this, which I do want to put on, but I want to get it enchanted by the Weaver altar thing first. So, alright. Let's keep it moving. We'll do the Conquered Tower probably in a second. I want to see what this is going to drop helms for us on here. So yeah, overall, very chill build. I don't really have to, at least until we get to Empowered anyways, I haven't really had to think too much about how we're moving. Wow, look at that. We just crit for 17k with a throwing attack. That I am not a throwing build at all, but this is all thanks to Scissor of Atropos. So, this is the first time I've actually seriously used this, and I think a dual-wield Paladin is probably one of the best, or dual-wield Forge Guard is, well, I mean, Paladin would work too, but probably one of the best classes to do this with. Oh boy. And we'll stop for a second. We don't mind Smite. Do we want more Javelins? This isn't really costing that much mana. I'm just going to reduce the mana cost. Which I know goes against what I said earlier, but it means the same. And basically, anytime I see a champion or a boss, toss the javelin and go to work. Oh, this guy's stinky. Okay. There we go. Cool. Guild Rush is doing a fair bit of damage too, at least for a movement skill. Look at that. Very nice. Ooh. Hello. Wow. Oh, double T6 though. I'll probably just scrap it. Bleed duration. Ooh. That's pretty nice if I ever do a bleed build. Alright, the rest of those are meh. Alright. zero T7 helms. All, yep, didn't even, a lot of these didn't even roll, Exalted, so. Alright, we're just gonna shatter a bunch of stuff. Okay. So let's double back to the Conquered Tower. Alright, got an egg right off the bat. Let's throw in one of these. I've been getting a lot of Tyrant Skulls lately. Let's throw in one of these. And some of these Primordial weapons. Items. Equipment, whatever you want to call it. And, okay, channeling is weird. Probably gonna toss it. I keep forgetting we have a fair amount of stun chance, too. Oh, okay. Instant critical strike chance is pretty good. Yeah, we're probably gonna just leave this Tyrant Skull on the ground. Yeah, 19 resist is not great. Ooh. No, it's not. I don't want to fall for that. Okay, we got another egg. Maybe we can put the... No, let's do the Primal Cadence and hope for a LP1. Not a bad sword. I might actually do that. Hey, LP1, alright. Nice. Okay. Oh, we got a rune prison too. Alright, yep, LP1. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain about an LP1 on a Primordial. Alright. The belt? Eh. The belt could have definitely rolled better. I think I would have picked it up if one of those was T6, but... I mean, T7 obviously, but... No, thanks. Alright, let's kill the Vengeance Incarnate. I attack so fast, I instantly get max Kismet stacks. That's insane. Alright. Check the Harbinger weapons here. If only that was +3. Strike multiplier. Ooh, that one's not too bad. Like that. Melee void damage on a Dark Scorn. Oh. Sure, I guess. The lightning damage doesn't look pretty though. Yeah, I think we'll just leave that actually. Actually, no, wait a second. Melee void into Scepter. Nah. I'm gonna resist. I'm gonna resist the urge. Okay. Put this back. Put that away. Oh, I forgot if I don't have enough room, and I barely don't. Great. Alright, what's the weakest? I guess this axe. Alright. Pretty cool. Let's do an arena. In other words, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna stand right in the middle. Things wanna... Well, let me go get... Oh, there's actually 2 chests that spawned. I'm gonna say it again, this build is strong enough that I can kind of just casually walk to this, walk back to the middle, and then not really think about all the enemies spawning. My Manifest Armor is actually, I mean, he's down to half, but he's tanking all of this pretty well. Alright. Okay, this is getting a little hairy. Maybe not get too cocky. Yeah, it's working. Nice. The main like level we're aiming for here is like 81 is the magic number, especially for a melee build, because that allows you to put on null portent if you have them saved in your stash. No blind. Nice. Okay. Our Manifest Armor did die, but we can bring him back pretty quick here. Alright, let's do a cemetery. If I can just demonstrate how fast we can kill the Firstborn Weaver. Wonder what our attacks per second are. Melee attack speed, 2.3 attacks per second. Pretty good. The crazy part is I feel like we can get the attack speed even higher. Man, this is kind of disgusting, honestly. Alright, Woven Firstborn, I'm coming for you. Again, really interested to see what kind of damage this does once we get Symbols of Hope. Because I don't really need Warpath, I'm just kind of using it just because it's a nice, like, AoE clear. But it's not like Vengeance isn't already doing enough damage anyway. In fact, it's almost detrimental for me to use Warpath sometimes. It does have a larger area of effect, so that's the one thing it's got going for it over Vengeance. This is a Warpath build, though. Oh boy, I would still be slapping. Nope. Not a good one. Also, if anybody from 11th Hour Games ever watches this, please, for the love of God, for the love of Itera, please make a Weaver bow. I'm so sad every time I use Weaver items and Weaver weapons, and I never see. Whenever I'm playing a marksman on Rogue, I can never. I just don't get to use Weaver stuff half the time. +3 to Anomaly. Alright, well, let's enchant these and see how this goes. Less damage while taking the shield. Well, this is on the idol that I'm not gonna be using. So, sure. This one, though. Time Rot. Alright, well, we're gonna have to re-roll that one eventually. Roll the stat we do not care about and we will not be using, so... Oh well. Let's protect some Rift Beasts. And for anybody watching who doesn't know what a Rift Beast is, there's a little mini game we can play in the season now, which basically gives us our version of the closest I think last Epoch would ever get to Pokemon, so... Let's do a... I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a Sepulchre of the Lost. Not really a good spot to put it, though. We're just low on a lot of the fancy... fancy Woven Echoes. I guess I'll just load up Antipode Rifts over here. Yeah, call it good. Alright. Almost a 74. Level 80, we can put on the red ring. I mean, I doubt we're going to be playing long enough on stream today for us to get to that point, but, you know. You can dream. Alright, let's start kicking some dragons' asses. See how this goes. Kind of curious to see. Am I just... Well, what would be funny is if I end up stun locking it. It is doing some pretty good damage to me, though. I just need to keep this battle standard up. There we go. Leveled up even. Very nice. Paladin. There we go. Ooh, okay. Uh, Homage to the Tundra, we're only going to care about if it rolls at least double digits on both Strength and Intelligence and LP1 or higher. So those are staying on the ground. We gotta fight that guy 2 more times, so see how this goes. But you can see this is a pretty decent boss killer, at least for non-empowered. So getting that bug where I can't see the health bar on the top of the screen, so I have to rely on the one in the middle. Or above the monster's head. And we're critting for about 13k. Ooh, okay, there's one. Not that one. Yeah, we got one. Ooh, a Rune of Havoc too. Wow, okay. Thank you, game. Alright, final Antipode Rift here. I mean, you can kind of get a rhythm for this pretty quick. Just smack with vengeance, toss the occasional battle standard out, and wait for your opponent to die. It's really, it's definitely an Outlast build. Pretty sure I'm maxed out. Yeah, I'm maxed out on resistances except for necrotic. There we go. Oh wow, 4 helmets. Nope, 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 and nope. All right. Them's the brakes. Alright, both of those are going to get re-rolled. Alright, let's go save some Rift Beasts eggs. Usually on this Woven Echo, I just like to run to each egg to activate them and then come back, circle around, because it takes forever for all the enemies to spawn. They don't spawn until you get near the eggs, so... Very nice. Another one. Here's the third one. The other thing, too, is that all these monsters don't give XP. Which is a choice. Those are friendly Rift Beasts, by the way. They're not going to attack me. Giant dinosaur thing with feathers. Ooh, favorite dance. Nice. There should be one in the middle over here somewhere. Yeah. There we go. Alright, 2 down, 2 to go. I'm pretty sure this one's already loaded up with like every monster in the book. Yep. Still all fighting the Rift Beast. Wow, the Rift Beast is actually taking damage. That's astounding. Yep. There we go. Give me them feathers. Alright. Guaranteed Rift Beast and the surrounding echoes now. I think we're going to head for the other cemetery because I really need to reroll these idols. So we're probably just going to only make use of the one surrounding echo. There we go. Always happy to see a rune prison in this day and age. This is a very rude siege golem. There we go. Ooh, army skin. Rolled okay. I'll throw it into the I'll throw it into the Farsight turtle later and hope for the best. That thing has more use to me as a re-rolled item, or getting the LP re-rolled on it than anything else. I have yet to see one that's 2, so... Ooh, that is XP Shrine. Very nice. Past.
No. A fellow hunter.
I cannot do
Skaven, come on, man. Scarvin, you've seen me like 16 billion times, dude. How you still get a dialogue plan that says you've never seen me? Give me the bones. A lot of these enemies are kind of annoying to fight because before they can die, their like wake up animation has to play first. They end up having to wait for the bones to drop, which is really irritating. Again, EHG, if you're watching this, please hear me out. Here's our personal Rift Beast. I think I have like 1 evolution left on it. And Pearls of the Swine was rolled like crap. Yep, I got 1 more. Pretty sure this is the last one. Yep. Let's do Exalted Jewelry. We're gonna get our Pokemon amulet yet. Player's been ambushed. Oh no. Alright. Ooh, Spell and Void damage. Check this shrine really quick. Fireball. And Stormbolt. Alright. Alright, here's us trying and hoping that the idol reroll is not garbage this time. There we go.
I cannot do that.
Alright, where's the cemetery? in the complete opposite direction. I'm just gonna ignore most of this. We just want the cemetery. So again, if this was a Warpath build, this would be excellent. But we're not. That was weird. Okay. Alright, I think we're starting to get our level... Well, I think we just got our level 19 points, but we're getting closer to our final level 20 points. Just need to actually level up here. We're getting closer to the end of the timeline, so... Lots of chests up here. Nope. No neat prizes. Another point in damage versus full health. I want to say... I guess additional javelins, but I don't think... Yeah, this actually doesn't do anything. The additional javelins don't matter because it's just... Yeah, okay. In other words, wasn't a good idea to put a point there. If anything, I'm not going to lower the mana cost anymore because I don't really need to. I'll just put it into, like, the armor shred, I think. Pretty sure there's an armor shred part. Oh boy, that's a big dinosaur. Am I missing? There we go. I mean, so far so good. I admit, I will miss Warpath once I take it off, but again, this is not a Warpath build. People want to see a Warpath build, I mean... To be honest, there's plenty of videos that showed off already. I wouldn't be doing anything experimental on that front. But if anybody has, like, something that's, like, off the wall of an idea they'd like to see about it, then I'll give it a shot. But I'm pretty sure Warpath has been tested to death, so I'm not. It is just another tool in the arsenal. Oh, so we got XP books. Okay, let's get a better idol enchantment. Nope. Close, but no. So we're gonna have to look for another one again. Not really much left here. Guess we can do a defiled fortress. Just for giggles, I guess. Only have like 2 echoes left, and then we can fight the bosses. So let's do False Temple, Defiled Fortress, and then we'll do the quest echoes. See how fast I can clear this. Ooh. Can we throw another primordial in there? Guess the crappier ring doesn't hurt. The only thing I don't like about false temples is sometimes you get really unlucky and all of the shrines you roll are like idle, affix shard shrines, gold. The stuff that doesn't actually buff you. Because you generally do false temples to get through them as fast as possible. You get all the XP. 100% critical strike chance, don't mind if I do. Yeah, I can't even get near enemies before they die. At least right now. Oh no, I've been ambushed. Alright, let's explore around really quick, see if we can get more shrines, get more XP. Anything that buffs our move speed is good because I'm wearing a Vion's chariot, which increases my damage based on my move speed. Shadow. Another 100% critical strike chance. Yep, everything's dying. Everything doesn't stand a chance. I will say one of the first Warpath builds I did was a Void Warpath, and that is insanely fun because you like, whenever your skill echoes, you just leave behind a spinning version of yourself behind you. It's extra damage and it looks cool visually. Alright. Would like to at least get to 75 before we end for today. Cool, alright. So let's do Defiled Fortress. I actually overcalculated. We actually did have enough stability to get to the quest, but I put down this Woven Echo, we're gonna use it. I don't feel a thing. There we go. I mean, it didn't really get much. 88%. Wow, that's a perfect crit strike multiplier. Okay, we're taking that. I have, like, no place to put it. Because my stash is, like, nearly full right now, but that is kind of nuts. Guess we can toss out like a T6 something. Like this. Oh, this one has melee void, I guess. Oh, definitely this one. Yeah. Alright, let's... I'm gonna hold on to that for now, just in case. This class idol can go away. And yeah, we are right on the cusp of 75. Yes. Still need to get a better reliquary nest. Better gloves too.
Take care.
Alright. Quest echo time. Should get 75 almost immediately walking into here. Right. Yep, there it is. Get our last attunement point. I don't care if I'm chilled. Nice thing about Shield Rush is you can just use it. As long as you can go a straight line, you can go as far as you want. Without draining mana. Or without draining mana. Okay, this is a little spooky. There we go. You're odd idle. I would like that Viltaria, but I'm gonna hold off on. I don't think I care enough to fill my set stash more. Another champion. Man, we are rolling in champions today. Line with spells. Oh. Julia's prison should go down pretty quick. Yep. Alright. Another, wow, free Rune of Havoc, I'll take it. Alright, Frozen Harbor. We're gonna fight Herat. And the Harbinger. To be honest, I'm a little more worried about the Harbinger. But we'll see. Usually some Harbinger bosses are easier than others. I am going the wrong way.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Playing a melee character, probably the best shrine you can get is that Shadow Shrine. Right. Just a slow walk to Grail now. Another, wow, it's crazy how many champions I'm doing. I don't even have the max out like champion chance on the Weaver tree. Hi, Grail. Goodbye, Grail. Alright. Alright, time to fight a hero. Alright, so this time it's definitely armor shred, it looks like.
Yeah.
Trying this time. Oh, you're right. I think the only thing we really care about dodging is the beam. I don't think we need anything else. Look at that attack speed. That's kind of ridiculous. And he's dead. Well, that gives me hope the Harbinger that's about to come in is gonna not have a good time. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's tickling me. Wow, the beam's not even doing anything. All right, yeah, he's dead. I can just sit here and just toss the banner out. That's it. I don't need to spin. Don't even need to worry about my manifest armor. We're good. GG Harbinger. Very nice. Let's. And these are all not great. I think I'm just gonna go full powered here. Just go straight to the boss, I think. I'm only a little nervous that I'm slightly overestimating my survivability, but fire is usually one of the better elements Paladin can deal with. So let's do another timeline boss right now. I'm a little low on necrotic though. That's where I'm actually nervous. Yep, see? Gotta be a little careful. I think just so they can all die at the same time, I'm gonna come over here and help my manifest armor really quick. There we go. Typically you want all the shamans to die at the same time so you're not dealing with their AoE necrotic BS. There we go. Definitely have to watch out for that with the Harbinger. Yep. See, I can't stand in that. It is my weakest element. Oh, gotta roll out. Oh my god. There we go. We're hanging in there. Even the manifest armor's hanging in there. Alright, let's go over here. Go. Oh, it looks like the mini bomb actually doesn't do that much damage, so I guess I got nothing to worry about there. It's, I think, just standing, yeah. Come here, little buddy. That big attack also makes me nervous. Alright, almost there. Oh, I almost want to be greedy. Oh god, okay, not that greedy. Not Necro plus the big purple swing. That would be probably devastating. There we go. We got it. Woo! Very nice. I guess armor for now. I'll have to go back to the blessing respec. I need that. That. Oh, grab that just for Farsight Turtle. All right, cool. Now we got all the blessings. How's our Farsight looking? Not bad. Okay, let's go back to end of time. Respec our blessings. Make sure we're up to speed.
Greetings.
Definitely want better crit chance. Pretty sure our crit chance is like... 30 could be better, to be honest. We definitely don't need lightning resistance anymore, so more health regeneration, please. Definitely need better all resist. Yep. We definitely don't need that much cold resist. Let's do... A chance to shred physical sounds nice. And then... I almost want to say stun duration? Maybe? Endurance. 55. I don't really need stun duration. Here's my stun duration chance. Low duration. Stun chance, but I don't have... It doesn't list stun duration, does it? Okay, I think we'll just stay on... armor, then? Why not? Cool. Then, as far as armor goes, I don't think we actually have anything we can swap out at the moment. That makes sense. I suppose if I can find something with both melee attack speed and strength would be nice. Attack speed. Oh, I mean, that almost qualifies. We definitely don't care about throwing attack speed, that's for sure. We want strength, so yeah, none of those are good. Man, I am lacking a lot of good strength gloves. Okay, yeah, we'll leave that alone. Alright, we're gonna do one more. Let's do... I guess we'll just go to Fall the Outcast really quick, do empowered Fall the Outcast. Do a quick, normal Echo, and I think we'll call it for last Epoch for today. Thanks everybody for watching today. Quick and dirty experimental build using Vengeance. It's pretty enjoyable, to be honest. Like, I've played long enough that when I'm doing an experiment for a skill or an entire build, like, you can definitely tell by, like, level 70-ish whether it's gonna really pan out or not. Now, that being said, I don't have access to all the gear, because most gear really starts to open up after 81-85, but you still get a generally good idea. But you know what, let's go to the... We'll go hit up that cemetery, actually. Probably a good idea. Holy spiders. Get rid of those. Yeah, to be honest, even though we're in Empowered now, it doesn't feel like we're really struggling. Typically, there's a pretty jarring disconnect from when you finish doing a level 90 normal timeline to going to Empowered. But this feels fine. Alright. Harbinger. You rolled +2 to intelligence. Okay. Can we get that higher? I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that, like, the healing is what's really keeping this going. Very nice. Okay. Little mini dungeon. Can't underestimate healing in last Epoch. I have learned that just focusing on defenses, your resistances, armor, block, dodge, whatever, can't ever forget healing. Unfortunately, some classes it's harder than others, especially when you get into the complicated. Well, it's not that complicated, but the intricacies of ward.
I cannot do that.
Okay. Really would like to see more class idols with armor shred, but that's just me. Hey, there it is. I'm gonna laugh if this is a Renegade's Will. That would be such a funny way to capstone this stream. I'm just gonna run straight for the...
I cannot do that.
Really don't care about fighting all these guys. I do care about fighting that. Damn, that could have rolled better. Boo! Okay, that's a lot of dots on the ground. I'm okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just resummon my, Oh, wow. Alright. I'm just gonna resummon my dude. Who'd we get? Clotho. She's my favorite one to fight. Holy moly! I forgot I had a prophecy. Wow, that's a lot of necrotic stuff. Didn't drop her weapon though. Alright. Nope. Nope. Yes. Sure. Nope. Nope. Yes. No. 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 Actually, hold on. Yeah, no. No. Wait. Nope. Ooh, paranoia. Nice. No. Nope. And nope. Okay. Cool. Getting a second paranoia is really cool. Alright, we get one more reroll. Game, can you please give me a relevant affix on my idol, please? That's actually alright. Sweet. I'll take it. Alright. I think that will do it. I'm gonna spare you guys the boring inventory management and whatnot I'm about to do, as far as really comparing things. We got a 3 LP Decayed Skull. I'm always down for that. Okay. I was gonna say, if that was a Renegades, well, that would have been funny. Alright. Cool. So, yeah. That's, Renegades Will, Vengeance, Kismet's Dual Wield, Vengeance Paladin. We play it again at some point. I'll definitely post about it, but otherwise, I think it's a pretty straightforward build. Nothing too fancy here. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one for some more Last Epoch builds. I will say, we are going to be winding down on Last Epoch for a little while after the next couple weeks. I think we're going to be doing like maybe 2 more of these Last Epoch streams before we're taking a break. Before Season 4 happens. Hopefully, I think in late December, early January. We'll see. So, we will have other games, though. No worries. I mean, Halls of Torment, which we'll be playing next, of course. But, yeah. So,